Good morning, Pokemon players, and welcome back to our update on the Shiny Challenge to complete the entire living dex with all forms. Now, first off, I only got one Vivillon this week. My streams were cut a little short because I had other projects to catch up on, and I'm picking up overtime at work. So some of my hunts are slowing down a little bit, but I am still working on things in the background. We did get one more shiny Vivillon, bringing us to a total of, what is that? 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, no. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I've got 9. Wait. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. 9 Vivillon that I've collected so far. And if I take into account the other 3 Vivillon that my wife has, that leaves only 7 more Vivillon for us to obtain to complete this set once and for all. I'm pretty sure I have the postcards already set aside on Pokemon Go. All I have to do is sync them up when I have the time, and I can go ahead and hunt them in Paldea. Now, that night when I was doing that shiny hunting, I don't know if anybody here that sees this was there at the live stream. I ended up getting 3 more shiny Pokemon during that time. All of them duplicates that I didn't even need. There was they're actually right there on the screen. A male Combee already had it, a Venomoth already had it, and a Hoppip already have that evolution line completed. So that was a pretty meaningless batch of shinies right there, but I do have those set aside. I may be doing a giveaway. Keep an eye out on Discord. I still have a whole bunch of other things like Torchics to give away and stuff. Speaking of Torchics, I did try and run my hatcher I'm trying again to get those female Torchics, and I still haven't gotten any more shiny female Torchics. I need 2 more to finish out that evolution line. The male line is covered, but I have plenty of shiny males. I need 2 more shiny female Torchics, and I am meticulously trying to push through that hatcher for it. Although I may take a break from hatching those because while I previously had the Torchics on hold, we did get 5 of the shiny Applin we needed in order to go ahead and finish that line of Pokemon. I just have to actually move them into Paldea so that I can go ahead and evolve them. Right now they're sitting on my wife's Shield version save since I was running the hatching out of that. So in addition to that, I am also plugging in the hatcher to try and get Alcremie. Not Alcremie, but the pre-evolution. Milcery. Milcery, because what is it? The Alcremies need let's see, the form differences. There's a lot of Alcremies that I need to go ahead and get. So that is, what is that? 7 Alcremies plus the Milcery. So I need a total of 8 of those. I figure I leave the hatcher running. I'll deal with that and then check it when I get through. Hopefully I'll get the 8 of those I need without waiting too long. I did end up going some whole days of Applin hatching without getting the shiny, but that's just the RNG. You Masuda method, you shiny charm, you do the best you can, but sometimes you just gotta take the L's. But we did end up getting the 5. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get the shiny Milceries, because again, I need 8 of them to finish out that whole set for the shinies. So we got that. I just need to actually evolve them so that I can put them in home and have that done. I had moved a handful of Pokemon over from my Pokemon Go account. I moved over the Raticate, the male Raticate that I was waiting on, the Arcanine. What else was in there? The Nidoking and the Diglett were all moved from Pokemon Home. I just went from Pokedex sorting and went from the top of the list and started moving some things over. So we got those filled in. That's another 4 slots filled out. And that brings our total so far for completed to 637. Now, if I were to count the Applins as completed, that would be 642. But since I haven't moved them into home yet, I can't mark them as completed. They're just waiting for evolution and to move around so I can get them onto the account. Right now, they are sitting in the group of other stuff that is on Pokemon Go, or that my wife has on her Go account, just waiting to transfer over, which brings our grand total of shinies obtained to 737, which is up from last week's 730, which means our total gains this week was 7. Oh, that's right. So the Tapu Koko, I know last week I mentioned Tapu Koko raids in Go, but I was actually fortunate enough to find in my collection, stashed away, hidden in a box somewhere, a Tapu Koko that was actually from an old event. Where the heck did you go? There you are. So this Tapu Koko came from an event back in the Sun and Moon days from the mystery gift distribution that I had actually gotten. Unfortunately, I was not being diligent enough at that time to get the other 3 Tapus from that event, meaning I still have to hunt those 3. Now, next week in Pokemon Go, we do have Tapu Lele coming, starting Wednesday. So I am off work Wednesday. I'm going to be trying to go hard on Wednesday to get that Tapu Lele so that I don't have to try and hunt it down other ways. The week after that is Nihiligo, which I can skip. My wife has Nihiligo for the collection. We're just waiting to move things around. And the week after that, there's actually 3 Ultra Beasts with Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Xurkitree. So I'm going to have to try and hunt all 3 of those to see if I can go ahead and get those. I may have to beg my wife to go ahead and ask her to go ahead and do some of those raids, or maybe float her some remote passes or something to help me out with that. The more chances, the better. And so, let's see, that's in mid-May that those Ultra Beasts are in, but Tapu Lele in a week, or Tapu Lele starts Wednesday, then I take a week off from Pokemon Go's shiny hunting. But I think there's also a community day coming up in May. I think it's early in May, if I'm not mistaken. It should be not that one, not the Go Pass, upcoming. There was supposed to be a Lechonk Community Day. That's right. And it's May 9th. Okay, so that is still a little ways off. We got time before that one to worry about. There's a Lechonk Community Day, which I am going to definitely be hitting that up to try and get both forms of Oinkologne completed. And for anybody else keeping track, I highly recommend. I got to mark my my Google Calendar to try and make sure I get reminders set up for that, blasting on my phone saying, "Hey, don't forget, like do not book yourself for extra work on these days." Those are just some of the little hallmarks that I have coming on here. Like I said, our collection right now is 637 complete, up from 630. And yeah, 737 up from 730. So we've gained a total of 7 shinies between moving things around and getting a few new things thrown in there. 7 total for the week. Not a huge amount, but honestly, not too bad either, especially considering one of those, it was a shiny that I did technically already have. I just didn't know it was there in my boxes. I had to just kind of like look around and sift to find things. I think I do have another event Pokemon sitting in the box, but when I was checking it against the event database, I'm like, wait a minute, this was a Japanese event that somebody had traded me some time ago. So because it was an online trade, I'm not counting that shiny for my collection, but I do still have it in the box just because, it's nice to have, because shiny Solgaleo looks pretty. I just can't consider it for this collection. I have to actually get the Solgaleo another way. But yeah, 737 total, 637 completed in Pokemon Home and stored away. We are making progress every little which way here. Hopefully over this next week, I can get maybe 1 or 2 more Vivillon. Maybe 1 or 2 if I play my cards right, but I am also trying to keep up on some other projects and other things going on. I do have more judging by the covers reviews. In fact, I did see that my last review that went up, I actually had a comment on there from the developer, so that's just kind of like telling me, holy crap, I really need to try the demo now because the developer's putting the pressure on me. And I'm not even seriously putting pressure on me. They were just super friendly in the comment and was like, you know what? I dig these people. They are putting in some good work there, so I'm going to be looking forward to that too. On top of, excuse me, on top of keeping up with this and hopefully not picking up too much extra overtime at work because it is my regular day job, or in this case, night job, that actually pays the bills. But I do appreciate everyone that's been keeping up with this. I will be posting up on the Discord when my next live stream will be. So be sure to check us out there and have a wonderful day. For anybody else out there who's shiny hunting, keep it up. You can achieve what you're hunting for.